Alright everyone, Nick Fuentes was banned the other day. A happy Valentine's Day to him, I suppose, from YouTube. He was banned off of YouTube, and the reason is laughable, which is the reason that he was supposedly banned, this is what YouTube told him, was for glorifying and encouraging violence. Now, I'm trying to think of a group that he's encouraged violence towards, and I'm drawing a blank, so what I'm speculating here, and I think if he appeals this and enough people talk about it, I think he'll probably get restored, and here's why. I have a sneaking suspicion that because of the algorithm and bot sort of thing, this was an attack by bad actors. The fact that Will Sommer almost immediately weighs in gloating about this is totally mysterious to me. And some of the Daily Beast people, and just the usual gang of idiots, the usual gang of bad actors that are constantly trying to ruin the website. Censorship is always wrong. By the way, I don't agree with Fuentes on many political and especially religious topics, but I still have to defend him here. I see nothing wrong with his commentary. I don't fucking care about what beliefs he has. If you don't like the beliefs he has, you've got various options. You can shut off his channel and not watch it. You can lurk on his channel and downvote things that he posts. You can comment on his videos and say that he's an asshat. You can say he's wrong. You can debate him. You can debate his fans. I debated him. I debated him for an hour and a half there on Catholicism because he's a traditionalist sort of deus vultur, and I'm a pagan and irreligious, and it was very fun, and that's how you're supposed to do it. Clamoring to censor people that you disagree with exposes you as weak, but here's what I think happened. I got a sneaking suspicion that somebody flagged, and they used a timestamp in one of his videos where he probably was referring to neocons and saying, like, basically mocking them by pretending to be one. Well, we should bomb this group and that group. Because he's been fairly consistently anti-war. He's been fairly consistently anti-political violence. You can say that he's extreme or a white nationalist, which isn't really true, but that's what they say. But that doesn't mean that he's hateful or violent. I've never heard him say anything as with regards to trying to do violence to people. So what I'm assuming is probably he was satirizing those that do, which tend to be Bushite neocons or neoliberals. They love drones and they love killing children and they like to see dead bodies. Dick Cheney probably whacks off to these things. He was probably mocking them by pretending to be like a Dick Cheney, and somebody took it out of context, flagged it as though it was a serious statement, and YouTube just accepted it. And this wouldn't be the first time that things like that had happened. YouTube has had that problem before, because when reports of that kind are submitted, a human moderator making that decision, they don't necessarily always have the time, because manpower is in shortage supply in Silicon Valley. No matter how many people you have working, you have so many flags to deal with that even if a human moderator is involved, it may not have even been a human moderator, trust me. That person may not dig for deeper context because they just don't fucking have time. So what I encourage people to do is, number one, spread awareness that this has happened on YouTube, Twitter, elsewhere. You can tweet at Team YouTube. I'm sure he probably already has. In order to help him get restored. I officially oppose this move. I can't see any reason to ban him off the platform. I hesitate to believe that he actually encouraged violence towards any group. If he did, and then send me the clip that supposedly led to this banning. Let me judge for myself whether I think it would break the TOS. Not to be anyone's judge, not because I'm holier than thou and high and mighty, but just because for my own edification I'd like to know. I have a sneaking suspicion that he didn't. I have a sneaking suspicion that nobody will be able to front me a clip of him encouraging and glorifying violence on the platform. It's just my opinion. My untrained opinion. You know, I don't watch every fucking episode of America First. By the way, it's not like it's going to stop him. The idea that censorship at this point with so many alt-tech sites even stops someone from speaking, look, InfoWars, great example, kicked off of most of the mainline internet. So they've got banned.video, tens of thousands of people watch there. He's got his radio stuff going on, Jones and others. They've got their own, in some cases, some of his people, presences online that are still quite popular. BitChute, one of the top accounts there. It's not like they're not reaching enormous numbers of people. Anyone who wants that material can still find it. If only because people can spread it word of mouth. I mean, Facebook doesn't ban you from mentioning Alex Jones. YouTube doesn't ban you from mentioning Nick Fuentes. You're still going to know these people exist. If anything, the fact that the Silicon Valley billionaires keep censoring people that have beliefs that they or others believe are out there prevents people like me from ably being able to debate these people in good faith and potentially overcome any beliefs that are fanatic. And I don't find him to be a fanatic anyway. Yeah, he's got hyper-religious beliefs. I disagree with him. You know what I did? I fucking debated him. I didn't try to get him kicked off a platform. Ha ha ha, I got this LARPing Catholic banned off the site. That would be weakness. That would mean I was weak because I wasn't willing to fucking talk to the dude. And Fuentes has had problems with me too. Look, I think that the Groyper thing at some point just gets fucking old and unhelpful. That doesn't mean people should be banned for it. It's fucking memeing. It's all in good fun, dude. But some of these morons can't fucking have a good time. They can't take a joke, number one. Number two, I mean, dude, Ben Shapiro is defending Nick Fuentes right now. Don't you think it might be time that Silicon Valley's gone a bridge too far with its fucking censorship? You've got Ben Shapiro. He's the face of neoconservatism. He's saying that he doesn't believe this bullshit. Now, part of that might just be for pragmatic reasons, but regardless, it's a good point. It's hilarious to see. I mean, and it is. Fuentes is not a violent dude. When has he ever thrown a punch at anyone? The only time that you have political violence in these situations is like Spencer getting punched out and stuff. People on the right are getting attacked regularly, it seems. They don't even have to be like fanatic or racist or out there or bigoted or hateful or wrong. They just have to exist and not be liberal. And even liberals get attacked by some of the real far leftists. None of these people are being banned by YouTube. Hell, they're throwing money to the Young Turks. The Young Turks sow division and hate all the time. It is sort of an organic thing for them, I suppose. You know, ask Cenk about Armenia sometime, I suppose. Don't actually do that. You won't get an answer. It's a waste of your and his time. So I oppose this. And I'll put a link in the description, actually. I'll pin a comment with the actual Twitter page of YouTube's support page, because they have one on it's funny, YouTube mainly uses Twitter for communication with users because they got rid of their messaging system, and they themselves, like with the Google system, it's hit or miss. Really, you have to have a large audience before you have the full tools to communicate with Google. Like Fuentes, I don't even know if he's at the subscriber cap where he would have that happen. Honestly, the cap is extremely high, and it really shouldn't be. Once a person has a few tens of thousands of subscribers, they're a potential target if they have any unique opinions at all. The more unique opinions, the more interesting you are, the more effective you are, the more people clamor for censorship and dog whistle about how hateful or weird you are and spiteful, and talk more and more about how you need to be removed off the face of the earth, like the Daily Beast people now clamoring to try to get Fuentes banned off Twitter. No, the reason why they're doing that is they don't want him to be able to appeal his ban effectively. This is what they seek to do. They want to deplatform a person across the visible web to try to remove the tools that they would normally use to defend themselves against spurious accusations. Unfortunately for them, I think you jumped the gun a little bit with whatever you did with regards to YouTube. Anyway, I would encourage them to reinstate his account. Manually check whatever video was flagged, because I have a feeling that there's a 99% chance that it wasn't a dog whistle or a call for violence in any way, shape, or form, and that it was probably satirical. And if I'm wrong, then show me the clip. I would like to see exactly what got flagged and for what reason. I would like to. It would be nice also if people could find out. In cases where flags are reversed, we should be able to know who was doing the flagging. I think that would be a good service that YouTube can give to its larger users, because in some cases, couldn't that technically rise to the level of defamation? You're making an affirmative claim that the rules have been broken. You're potentially harming someone's brand. In order to prove defamation in a civil court, you have to prove that there was some damage done to you personally. If a person who is making money online has an account banned, that would, I think, fulfill that. It's just a matter of how long it's banned, how much money, blah, blah, blah. I would think that YouTube should be subpoenaed by some of these people. When you're flagged and the flag is clearly wrong, I would think that a subpoena is in order to try to grab that information, find out who's making that affirmative claim, and make a court case about it. Not against YouTube. YouTube's just providing the platform for that flag to be accomplished. Now, I'm talking about the people doing the flagging. I know it's anonymous reporting. Well, maybe it shouldn't always be that way. Maybe if a person is habitually trying to get others kicked off for spurious reasons, maybe the people that they're targeting should have some rights. Maybe the platform should consider defending its creators at some point against censorious bullshit. That's about all. Peace out.